All right, everybody. I'm gonna make me another video. I don't know if you've seen my first one, but after I made that first video, I started to get a misfire out of this thing. It's got 165,000 miles on it, about 167, I think. But either way, I had a misfire, and so I did some YouTube and did some forum reading. A lot more people lean towards the injection. Check your injection, make sure them things ain't leaking, and so that's what I did. I put a fuel pressure test on it, and it held above 55. And then when you cut the truck off, it held. It didn't leak down hardly any after about 10-20 minutes. But I replaced the injectors, and of course the plenum gasket and all that. And I still had a misfire. So, you know, I'm aggravated now. So I replaced my ignition coil, and that still didn't take care of the misfire. I took my vortec cover off for instructional purposes only. You can go down in here and inside this style, I can't remember the name of these engines. They got a couple different types of 4.3, but you can pull this thing off and you can look inside of there. And if you see any gold looking wet stuff, it's because the gasoline's leaking and it's cleaning off whenever it drips. So I saw that in there. I said, well, that looks pretty suspicious. Let's replace the injection. And that's why I did that. And of course, like I said, it didn't fix the problem. So then I replaced the ignition coil. That didn't fix the problem. I said, well, it could only be another thing. I'm going to check all my plugs and wires and my distributor. I'm making this video because I don't see a lot of people who talk about how you can adjust the whole distributor while it's in the vehicle to adjust your timing, as long as you got the teeth, you know, got it down there in the oil pump and the spline gear down there just right. But I'm gonna see if I can't set the phone up right here like that. So you got your distributor here. Let me get this stuff out of the way. You got your distributor. Here's your cap. Cap goes on there, like so. Well, with the cap on here, you know, this moves independently. See, I can move that. Mine was bad. This is a good, if you're checking, you can see all that rust in there. This thing was just shot. But so when you take these distributors out, if it's in the vehicle, and when you mark where everything's at, and you go to take it out, as you take it out, it's going to spin like that. And then when you drop it back in, it's going to spin back in place. So remember that. But also, after I got this thing put in, my misfire was gone. This thing ran like it cranked right up, it hummed. But after about 10-15 seconds of running, it would start bogging down, out like it wanted to stall out. And it would go up and down, up and down, up and down, and it would cut off if I turned the wheel, you know, any kind of load I put on it. And I was like, man, what in the world have I done now? So I just went down there to where the fork holds down my distributor to the engine block. And if you loosen that up, you can just spin this. Just spin the base, you know, and of course it'll move where the contact points on the distributor cap and the button here. And so I'd take it and I'd move it a little bit. I'd go crank the vehicle. It ran a little better. I come back, but it still, my oil pressure was below 40. Typically it's about 50 at idle. So I went underneath there and I adjusted it some more, and it ran even better, idled a little bit better, and now my oil pressure's right. But this is the main reason I'm making that video, is just so everybody knows, while this is in the vehicle, as long as you know you've got this down in the gears correctly, and you know you're lined up with where you're supposed to be up here, you can just loosen that up and adjust that if your engine is running rough after you've done all these corrections, trying to figure out what your misfire is. But anyhow, I hope this video helps somebody. Yeah, peace out.